you supported by subscribing to the channel. And also, hit that little notification bell in the corner so that you'll get notice of each and every one of our live feeds. Hey, what's up, everybody? If you appreciate the format and you appreciate what we're doing here, then make sure you contribute to the Cash App, make sure you contribute to the PayPal, make sure you donate to the Super Chat. It's only you and your contributions that keep this thing going. Thanks. Hey, everybody, this is Dennis Sperling. I hope you can hear me. If you can hear me, hit the number 1 button. Let me know that you can hear me by hitting the number 1 button. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. We are doing a microphone check here. I want to make sure everybody is here. All right, I got my man Urban Eagle. Welcome back, Urban Eagle. Always good to have you here. Francois Diesel, thank you so much, Francois Diesel, for letting me know you can hear me. Thank you guys so much. If you're enjoying your day, I hope this has been a pleasant day for you. I am looking forward to having this discussion with you all. And I do have a very important announcement concerning the late Kevin Samuels' funeral arrangements. Lost you for a minute. I think that you all, let me get my tie straight there. There we go. A little OCD for Uncle D. I think you all will appreciate this update. And I think that it will. All right. My audio is going in and out here and there, but that's all right. We'll get it together. How are you guys doing? How's everybody? Check in. Make sure you check in. Make sure you check in. Let me know where you're checking in from. I got my serious face on yesterday. We've been going back to my regularly scheduled programming as of yesterday, but we gotta make sure we take care of our guest here, the Kevin Samuels fans. Thank you so much. I know you guys are taking this real hard. I'm taking it hard too. But I want to talk about Mr. Samuels' funeral arrangements. I've gotten a lot of questions and whatnot, and the family has asked me to make an announcement for you all so that we can get that out the way. There's a lot of very disparaging information out there about Mr. Samuels, and I've heard people suggest that he's been cremated. I've heard people suggest that he's he doesn't have enough money, or his family doesn't have enough money to bury him, and just these horrible, horrible things. The implications being that he was a hypocrite because he didn't practice what he preached. He died a pauper. This is all ridiculous. These statements. You have some young lady on the internet saying that she is his daughter, and It's just a lot of things that I want to touch on. I don't really want to give any credit or leeway or anything like that to Kevin Samuels haters because that's just what they want. They want it. They're doing it for their 5 minutes of fame. They're doing it because they want to get as much in as they can, and then they're going to move on to the next story. But the truth is, none of that is true. They even have someone saying that his ex-wife, who is now married, his ex, listen to this, his ex-wife, who is now married, was never actually divorced from Kevin Samuels. Now, those of you guys who've ever even contemplated getting married, the first thing they say is we want to see the divorce decree. But because the internet snoops were unable to find a divorce decree in all the different states and all the different district courts around America, right? He couldn't have been divorced. So you all are relying on this information from these people who absolutely know nothing. You guys don't even know what his daughter looks like. So how would you know where he got his divorce? These are the things, right, family? These are the things that I find disturbing. But the first thing I want to deal with is I want to show you this photograph of this young lady. Okay, let's just deal with this. Okay, I want to make sure I pull this up because this is just silly at this point. This young lady, I don't know who she is, but she's not Kevin Samuels' daughter. I speak to Kevin Samuels' daughter. I've spoke to her several times in the past few days, past week or so. That's not. I've seen her. That's not Kevin Samuels' daughter. Okay, that's the first thing. Let's try to go through some of these disparaging statements. Let's see. Let's just go click because I've had people send stuff to me, and I want to make sure we start talking because this is where the truth is here. The families asked me to speak on behalf of Mr. Samuels or on behalf of them. Number one, because I have a great reputation as an attorney, and that's easily verified. And number two, I'm a TV personality to a certain extent. I've had television shows, and I know how to handle the mob. Um, there are a lot of different. There's a lot of different folks on the internet, different channels, making all these silly statements and just randomly speaking. Let's see. Here's one. Uh, let me see. There's somebody claiming to be an attorney who won't tell us her name, who's making disparaging remarks about Kevin Samuels. There's I believe, the Kevin Samuels roast channel. This guy uh, has been making videos over and over again about Kevin Samuels, and I just want to show you. Um, I want to show you who you're dealing with, right? Just so you guys can see who this gentleman is, right? Uh, and I didn't ask for this information. But people are sending me his information, and this guy apparently is from Houston, Texas. He went to Thurgood Marshall. I'm sorry, he went to Texas Southern University, and now he is over in Ghana. For whatever reason, he left the United States to go to Ghana, but he still is talking. So let's go ahead and pull him up because I want you to see the author of this roast channel, this guy. Okay. I want you to see who you're dealing with. Let me try to get a good look at this gentleman. Okay. Um, and if you're watching right now, at some point, you're going to run out of material. And if I know what school you went to, I know where you live. I know where your mother lives. I know where your parents live. I know where you are right now. Then, you should understand that we know who you are. And, you're entitled to say what you want to say, but oftentimes there are repercussions for things like that. So, not to hamper anyone's freedom of speech, but I'm just saying, this is a painful time for Kevin Samuel's family. And this guy who is the author of the Roast Channel, he's kind of making it more difficult for the family. So he used to be a member of Travel Bros, and they call him Rami Peso. And, you live right here in my hometown. You live here in Houston. And so, I'm just asking you as a favor to please stop disparaging the name of Mr. Kevin Samuels. That's what I'm asking you. I mean, we all would appreciate that. I think those of us who love Kevin Samuels would appreciate this gentleman on the Roast Channel here. This guy, please stop disparaging this man's name. He's dead. He can't defend himself. You're a Westbury High School graduate. You're a Texas Southern University graduate. You should know better. You're a HBCU graduate. You should have more loyalty for your own people. But this guy here, this is the author of your Roast Channel. You understand what I'm saying? The Kevin Samuels Roast Channel. This is your guy right here. And I understand, maybe you see him as a target now because he's gone, and maybe you feel as though you can just assassinate his character. And that's unfortunate. Now, someone is telling me you're not even a Black American. You're a person from the Caribbean. I don't know what to say, but I would expect more. I find it interesting that it seems as though Kevin Samuels is getting more support from non-Black people than he is, his own. Not, I mean, of course, we had that poll the other day, right? And then you got this young lady. Let me show you somebody else. These horrible things, these horrible things to say about Kevin Samuels. I want to show you guys some of this because I don't see you're not going to be successful in YouTube, right? This young lady, Queen Esquire, you have 2.76 subscribers, and you apparently are an attorney. And when I look at your bio, it says you're a deputy district attorney. Okay. And let me see how that translates to Black people. A lot of Black people don't necessarily like the idea of, district attorneys running for public office because you put Black people in prison. And that's why Kamala Harris had such a hard time. And you're clearly a beautiful woman. You're a beautiful woman. Surely you have better things to do than, put pictures up of this innocent young woman here. You have pictures of the young woman that allegedly that he was with. Does Dennis you got me up here too, but I'm not so concerned about myself. Dennis Sperling, attorney, says will plant fake evidence. You're doing a play-by-play. Why don't you come up with your own content? You're, like I said, why don't you talk about other things? And why do you call yourself Queen Esquire? Queen Esquire. So does that mean you're the queen of the lawyers? Are you like, you're a beautiful lady. You're a beautiful lady. I mean, I'm sure you're an educated woman. Why put this trash out here? I mean, this is embarrassing to you and to your family that you're putting this trash out about this dead man. You have people who are private persons. You got this young lady here, and I mean, you put her name up there and her image, and she's a private person, and you're a lawyer, a former district attorney, and this young woman already has death threats being made to her, and you're a former district attorney, and you're making this worse for her. Now, what happens if this young woman is seriously hurt or attacked, and you, as a district attorney, have played a part in turning, or former district attorney, in turning the crowd against her, turning this mob of people against her? Look, you got this woman's face up. One, two, three, four, five, six. You got this young woman's face up 6 times. Now, have you verified that this is even the person that Kevin Samuels was with? Do you even know that, Miss Former District Attorney? See, it's one thing for me to deal with this troll who's over in overseas sniping. It's another thing for me to have someone who says they're a former district attorney. This is what this young lady, Queen Esquire, says. I mean, you want attention, right? So now we're going to give you some attention. You're allegedly a former district attorney. Let's see, it says it right here. Hi, YouTube family. I am an attorney who loves to analyze current events in criminal cases. My prior legal practice was working as a deputy district attorney. So I'm just saying, young lady, I mean, this is no way. I invited you all here last week. I invited y'all to come in and let's hash it out. I had you in mind. We need more professionals on YouTube. I personally would love to be able to work with someone like you, but you're destroying your reputation right now. This is what you're doing. There are people out there who love Kevin Samuels, and you are destroying this man's reputation. On top of that, you're a district attorney. You don't realize that, again, a lot of black people don't like district attorneys. They especially don't like black district attorney. They see you as an extension of white supremacy racism. I know it's a big leap. I get it. I personally never wanted to be a district attorney. I had opportunities to do that, but I didn't want to put my own people in prison. I personally found that distasteful. And, for you, it shows the mentality that you have, ma'am. And, I'm just saying, I think this is unfortunate. This is a poor use of your skill set. Now, you wanted attention. Now you're going to get plenty of attention. You're going to get people coming to your page, most likely, and telling you that, you're wrong. I think. I think they're going to tell you that. I think they're going to point out to you that, hey, first of all, putting this innocent young woman up who was a hero, who actually did her best to save Kevin Samuels' life, this private citizen, who I'm not naming, but you putting her name up like that, and if something happens to her, what is going to happen to you? I don't predict anything good will happen to you, ma'am. Because again, you're a lawyer. So you're not like, this guy over here. You're not like this other guy over here from the Roast Channel. At least he has sense enough to try to hide his face. You're an attorney, ma'am, and there's a certain responsibility that comes with that. Now, you may not like my rhetoric. You may not like how I went about drawing attention to myself and away from Kevin Samuels' family, but that's okay. I know what I'm doing. I'm excellent at what I do. But the bottom line is it's effective, and we were able to get to the point where we are now. So, again, I want to address some of these hateful statements being made by these YouTubers. I know there are other folks who are addressing people like Vivica Fox. You know, they have larger platforms. Um, you know, I get that. But I want to deal with you guys because we're going to have to do better. And whether that means we have to start changing some of the, first of all, let's bring attention to it. Now, Kevin and I have two different approaches. He doesn't address his haters. He doesn't address the detractors. I do. I believe in, running into the storm and dealing with it. Now, this is the guy this is this gentleman here, this gentleman from Houston, Texas, who lives in Kampala, Uganda. This is the author of the Roast Channel. Um, other than the fact that he went to a high school here in Texas Southern, I don't know anything about this guy. But what I do suggest is that maybe have some compassion. Show a little compassion for the family. That's all I'm asking. A little bit of compassion for the family. Recognize that the things that you're saying are untrue, and they're hurtful to a mother who hasn't even buried her son yet. This is what you're doing. And to that young lady who refers to herself as Queen Esquire, you have a bigger responsibility to the community. Remember, you took an oath as a district attorney to protect protect and the innocents, to prosecute. And what you're doing right now by putting that young girl's face up is you're bringing attention to innocent people. And I would suggest, as one professional to another, you seem like a very young attorney, and maybe you're strapped for cash, and um, maybe you think YouTube is the way to fame and glory. But the way about that you're going about it is going to backfire on you, because you're not going to become famous, you're going to become infamous. And what you'll quickly realize is the same people that say they appreciate you today are going to hate you tomorrow. You see? So maybe just bring it back a little bit. And if you'd like to reach out to me and have a conversation, you're welcome to do that. I don't hold any ill will towards you at all. I'm here to help, just like um, others have helped me in the YouTube game. You're a young professional woman. There's a lot of other things you can do other than just spewing hate and saying these horrible things about these innocent people, because that's going to backfire on you. That's my opinion. That's my thoughts. Like I said, you're beautiful lady. Let's give her a little, go over there to her page. Subscribe to this young woman's page. She looks like, she's got something to say. I'm sure she has some interesting stories. So, Queen Esquire is what you refer to yourself. I'd suggest you change that name. I guess it's the same woman. She looks a lot lighter on this picture here than this video. Somewhere saw it, but I think that's her talking. So just lighten up a little bit. You're a pretty lady. You're intelligent. You got it going on, right? You only have 276, 2 points. You only got you got less than 3,000 followers. You're a scrubble. You're a struggle streamer. You're relatively insignificant. But you got potential. It's I can work with that. I can give you some stuff to work with and send people your way, but not if you destroy your reputation, before you even get out the box. You're not even, what are you making? 20 bucks, $100 for all of this damage that you're doing? Is it worth it? Somebody go over there and give her 20 bucks and tell her to leave Kevin Samuels alone. How about that? You made You've caused so much harm to his mother and his family for 20 or $30. You see? Does Dennis, oh, here's another one. Does Dennis Sperling share the same mindset as Kevin Samuels? Okay, yeah, sure. Why not? Dennis Sperling allegedly had mommy issues with his black mother and issues with black wife. Okay, let me see. Allegedly states she asked for 5K. This is a lie. This one has already been debunked. I mean, this is just the same old tropes. You see a black man speaking up for another, and telling black women, hey, sister, you need to get it together. And he has mommy issues. Is that it? Is that all you got? And you're a lawyer? You can't do anything better than that? Mommy issues? That's sad. Um, Same mindset as Kevin. Yes, I do have the same mindset as Kevin Samuels. As a grown man, I want to see black men and women do better. I do. And I think we all can agree on that. Jamal Bryant recants claims of Kevin Samuels' toxicity toward. No, he recognized that he was fed some lies, and so he recanted it and said, I'm going to get myself and my church sued, so let me cut it out. It's not about black women. It's about the fact that he realized he lied on this channel. You see? And so you gotta be careful, with what you're saying. And again, I'm telling you, this is dangerous. You got this young woman's photographs up, and there are people out there who are angry because that other guy, DJ, whatever his name is, the one that I talked about the other day, it said they offered her $5,000, or she demanded $5,000 to go talk, and that has been totally debunked. She said that herself. She's searching for attorneys, and here you are continuing to make her a victim. This is a private person. She doesn't have a podcast. She doesn't appear on television. She's an innocent private person who's a nurse, and here you are. You're making a spectacle out of her. If anything happens to this young woman, uh, look at this. Look what you're saying. People think that Kevin Samuels was killed. Uh, this is what you pop up with. Ma'am, you're playing a dangerous game. It's one thing to talk about me and mommy issues, but it's another thing to invoke or and she wants attention. She only has 2,076. Go give her some attention. That's what she wants. You want followers? You're welcome to it. This is where you find her. Go give her some attention. I mean, that's what they want. I don't think it's worth it. I think you should be very careful with the things that you say. I'm just saying. Another one. Uh, you know, this guy over here. We talked about him before. Kevin Samuels roast channel. He wants attention. Let's give you some attention. Kevin Samuels roast channel, and these are the ones that are just you know people have been sending me multiple emails about. I'm aware of them, but I believe in giving people what they ask for. When I used to play offensive tackle, what I would do was, I'm sorry, Kevin Samuels Roast Network. So this is this guy. What I would do is, off the ball, I'd figure out, do you want to go left? You want to go right? Since I'm the left tackle, if he wanted to go left, then I'm going to bury him under the pile. If you want to go left, I'm going to take you all the way to the sideline. So Kevin Samuels Roast Channel, you want attention? Let's get you some attention. I got attention for you now. This is what you look like. You're in Uganda. You're a Houston resident. That's you. We know what high school you went to. We know you graduated from TSU. We know where your family lives. We know where you're from. Now you're going to get some attention, but let's look at your page. All right, I want you to let's take a look at your page, bud. And I'm asking you, from one black man to another, right? These horrible things that you're saying about Kevin Samuels, the man hadn't even been married yet. You should stop them. And you guys, you and this queen lady, y'all are the worst. Let's look at this. It's all one big scam. The Kevin Manosphere con artist. This is, so you're referring to the man as a con artist. Kevin Samuels' wife gets $4 million. Here's the thing, y'all. Kevin Samuels' wife is married to someone else. Kevin Samuels' wife is married to someone else. You can't get married to someone. You can't stay married to someone if you're married to someone else. Anybody knows that. That's polygamy. That's not allowed. That's a crime. It's a felony. But you come up with these, and you come up with these titles because it's clickbait. Here's the crazy thing. The minute they put Kevin Samuels' name in their title, they get these views because it comes up in the algorithm. You see? Kevin Samuels was still married. No, he wasn't. That's just a flat out lie. O'Shea Jackson killed Kevin Samuels. O'Shea Jackson is over there in Uganda with you. So he made, referring to me, he made $50K doing fake Kevin Samuels funeral. It's an online memorial used so that I can get all those folks who still had those emotions all balled up. Let's get it all out. It was a plan to do that. There was nothing fake about the memorial. And the funeral hasn't taken place. We've known when the funeral was going to be, but we didn't want to tell the public. These are private people. Kevin Samuels was famous, not his mom or his auntie. And here's the crazy thing, and I don't speak on anybody's business, but you guys don't know how much money I've given and donated, people like me, people like O'Shea Jackson and others behind the scenes. And I'm not going to tell you because everything I gave, everything I've donated was done out of love and appreciation for this black woman who gave birth to Kevin Samuels. This man who has touched the world, this man who people from around the world love and look up to. Period. Now you're referring to the donations given to my super chat, and I appreciate that. But people donate to me all the time, and it wasn't $5,000, I'll tell you that. But bottom line, how much have you donated to Kevin Samuels' mom? What have you done for him? You're sitting here benefiting from his name, right? Look at the titles on this guy. You got Kevin Samuels, 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 Kevin Samuels. All of these, 1, 2, you got 20-something videos with Kevin Samuels' name on it, and you say, I'm clout chasing? This is what you're saying, Mr. Kevin Samuels Roast Channel? That's what you're saying? You got 20, dude, you got one. Let's look at it, right? This guy, I want you guys to listen to the rationale, right? This guy who has 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. This guy, 65. This guy has 65 videos dedicated to Kevin Samuels, and he says, I'm clout chasing, or Kevin Samuels' friends are clout chasing. Y'all don't believe me? Take a look. Take a look for yourself. I want you to look. This is the person who you all are getting your information from. Look at this across the top. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65 videos this man has made using Kevin Samuel's name. What a loser. I see why you left Houston and went to Uganda. You're a loser. You look like a loser. You act like a loser. And you're going to continue to be a loser. And that's unfortunate. Here's another one. Dennis Sleazy Sperling killed Kevin Samuels. I killed him. And then here you said a heart attack. The Red Bull killed him. Big running up the bag on the homie. Opportunist, Dennis Sperling. Okay. Well, what are you? You got 65 videos. I got like 6. You're a loser. Think about that. See, now what I'm doing is I'm getting donations on you. Sitting here talking about you is now I'm using this opportunity to talk about you. You're a loser. You're always going to be a loser. And here's the thing. Now the whole world knows what you look like. You're a loser. And the fact that you're willing to pick on a dead man and then try to hide behind the Kevin Samuels Roast channel, you're the biggest opportunist here. You have 65 videos trouncing this man's name in the past 7 or 8 days. That's crazy. That's borderline infatuation, man. What a coward. What a weirdo. Just think about that. 65 videos. The Kevin Samuels Roast channel is run by this guy right here. Okay? Let's just keep it 100. And he has 65 videos dedicated to Kevin Samuels. All sorts of trash. Just garbage. You're not welcome back to Houston, Texas. Let me just say that now. You need to stay in Uganda. You're not welcome back. You stay over there. I'll talk to your parents, make sure they understand why. You stay over there with O'Shea. O'Shea will come find you. But that's weird and disgusting. You need some teaching in the motherland. You need to be rehabilitated, brother. You need to find your own path. And the crazy thing is, this guy doesn't have, all of this. And here's the thing about it, how YouTube works. He's not even making any money doing it. 51, 5,000, 6,000. These are small videos. 2,000. You and the Queen Expert, whatever her name is, Queen Esquire, y'all need to get together. Maybe y'all can get together and have some more videos, make some money. But you made about $20, you made about $40 for this. So you spent all these hours making these videos for $40. Can you not find something else better to do with your time other than bash this man? How about actually making some content? How about that? Instead of doing this so that this man, letting this man rest in peace. It's unfortunate. It's a sad situation, really sad. And I hate to call another black man a loser. I do. I really hate that. I try to do my best to inspire black men to be the best they can be. But man, you spent the last 8 days and you've made 65 videos about Kevin Samuels. It's almost as though you realize this story is going to dry up. And so and since you have nothing else to talk about, your channel is called the Kevin Samuels Roast channel. at some point, people are going to say, well, man, he's dead. Why don't you make some content on your own? And because you're a talentless hack, you're not going to be able to do it. You know, maybe that's what it is. Well, horrible, horrible. It's unfortunate. But anyway, on a lighter note, I appreciate you guys. And there are some others out there, but they're just not worth mentioning. At least I will say this, at least the Rose channel, the Kevin Samuels Rose channel and this Queen Esquire, at least you're worth mentioning. And for you guys who missed that part, this young lady here, she's a pretty lady and she's a lawyer. There's a lot you can do other than trying to do this. You're not going to beat Tasha K because you're just not. You don't have that. You don't have the talent, you know. But you can do other stuff other than this. You could be like the lead attorney, but in female form, and you would do well. But sitting up bashing a dead man all day is just gonna make people. And then when they find out you're a former district attorney, they're just gonna find out. They're gonna think you're a horrible person. YouTube is run by men, and most of the men on YouTube are not high value upper echelon guys. These are guys who've had issues with the law. I'm going to be honest with you, and I've had to deal with them head on, but we've come to an understanding. And it was hard. You can't just break into YouTube like that. This is not, you're not going to be, you can't do it. It's not going to happen for you. And bashing someone who we all respect and looked up to and appreciate for his truth is just going to make enemies for you. And the fact that you're putting this young woman's face up, this innocent young woman, this young nurse who helped tried her best to help save Mr. Samuels, you're asking for some issues, ma'am. And this is you right here. You're putting your face out there like that. At least we had to track the Roast channel down. You putting your face up there. Somebody knows you. This is your reputation. See, I stand behind what I'm doing. Yeah, I may bluster and talk loud, but I do it for a reason. Anybody who's been anybody who's had to deal with the court of public opinion knows what I'm doing. But you're just making mistakes. You might know the law, you're just not good at lawyering, ma'am. That's what I see. But whatever. They'll learn. Probably have to learn the hard way. But anyway, guys, I want to share something with you that I was sent to me kind of late. I'm going to see if I can pull this up for you guys. Other than that, man, how are you guys doing? Let me know how you feeling. How's everything going? Are we doing better? A lot of you guys are just now coming to the realization that Kevin's gone. He's gone. It's unfortunate. And no matter what we do, we're not going to be able to bring him back. That's the thing. But I've had some guys come in, some folks come in who've hit me up. Shout out to all the fans. Shout out to all his fans. You guys are wonderful people. Excuse me for having to address these silly people. But, I thought it was necessary because here you got a black man and a black woman trying to trounce Kevin Samuels. And my whole point of doing that was showing you it's not just black women doing it. Yeah, you got the Queen, whatever, Esquire, and then you got this guy who's a brother from Houston. He's, you got your own people bashing him. And the crazy thing is, it seems to me that people from other ethnicities and other groups really, truly love Kevin Samuels, which brings to mind this video that I wanted to share with you guys. It's such a touching, heartfelt video that I wanted to kind of pull it up so you guys can see. And let me see if I can pull it up real quick. I want you guys to check this video out. And look, let me tell you, Queen, whatever your name is, give me a call. Not a call, but send me an email. We'll do a show together. You don't have to continue trying to bash this man who's dead just because you disagree, because you think it's going to get you votes. It's going to backfire. You see what I'm saying? It's going to backfire. It's not going to work. It's going to have you looking like the villain. And that's probably not something that you want. Um, where is this doggone thing? I wish I could find it quickly. Yeah, I didn't show up. But yeah, somebody's saying, I mean, we're gonna keep talking about this, and you got other people making 65 videos addressing Kevin Samuels and his death and spreading these lies. We have to keep talking about it. But in the meantime, I want y'all to check this out. This is from Professor Paul Song. If you guys don't know, he's an MMA fighter. And I'll let him speak for himself, and we'll be right back. Consider this a commercial break.
To the family of Kevin Samuels and his mother, I just want to say to the family of Kevin Samuels and his mother, I just want to say thank you. Your son's life has had a great impact on mine, and not just mine, but my friends as well, from all men and women from religious, races, and creeds and all colors. He taught us, I know he coined the term high value man, but your son's real message was to value yourself. And that is what we got. As far as a lot of people without father figures, we call your son the Godfather because he truly was a mentor, a philosopher, and he led by example. And we are forever grateful and indebted for him. Generations of men.
You want to call in real quick for me?
Because he taught us how to be men.
I'm gonna call you back on my
He taught us
Bluetooth.
that there's nothing wrong with being strong and masculine. And he taught us just because we're consumers don't mean we have to devalue ourselves. That was a big thing, of being happy with who we are in our jobs and our professions. And as a martial artist, I can't thank your son enough. Most people don't know this, but martial artists tend to look for a father figure in their lives. And Kevin Samuels, our Godfather, played that role.
Thanks for calling. You reached Jeff.
Even though the world is a lesser place without him, heaven is a richer place because of him. And one day when it's our time, we get to shake his hands at the heaven's gates and say thank you.
Hey, Jeff, hold on. I'm going to get you in a minute.
Me, my son, and their sons for generations to come. God bless.
All right. I appreciate that. Thank you guys so much. I know you guys can hear me. I wanted you to hear me. So Jeff is on the phone. Jeff, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. So, Jeff, I wanted you to make this announcement instead of me because, I know you called me and let me know. And I'm just upset, because of all this foolishness that Kevin is having to deal with in his death, and his mom is having to see it. It's just such a sad situation, but you guys wanted me to announce the funeral services. I want you to do it because you were his best friend, and I'll let them know where they can see it. Okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So Miss Beverly would let it be known that the services is going to be this coming weekend, this Saturday at 11 a.m. In Oklahoma City, so Central Standard Time. And the church, she's okayed the viewing of the service online through the church and through their website. So that's something she's okayed. She's agreed to it, and she felt it was important enough for, I think, his friends and family that may not be able to make it, in particular like the fans of followers, that they can have a chance, an opportunity just to share in the service. So she's okayed that and has welcomed the community to view it this weekend.
Okay. All right. So you guys heard that. So Kevin Samuels' funeral will be Saturday in his church in Oklahoma City. And so, and the church has its own YouTube and Facebook channel, and it will be live streamed. So for those of you all who love Kevin Samuels and you appreciate him, the church where he will be, funeralized will be live streamed. So, and you heard that from Jeff, and that's directly from Miss Miss Beverly, and I want you guys to feel free. I guess what I'll do is I'll put the information up on my community tab, Jeff.
Yeah.
And those of you guys who don't know how to get to the church, um, I'll put it up on my community tab, and then that way you guys can, you guys can click on it from there, right? So let all the rumors, right, Jeff? Let all the rumors that he was cremated, that the aliens came from outer space and swooped him up. All that, let all that die, okay? Right, Kevin?
Right.
Right, Jeff?
Right.
Let all that dissipate into the smoke that it was, right? And
It can
go ahead,
fade
brother.
away. That it can fade away too. I was just catching what you were saying, and it's unfortunate. People that are truly trying to capitalize on his name and try to gain their own notoriety. And I can just tell everybody, this is unequivocal that you have been instrumental in helping Miss Beverly through this process, and the team of people, you and NPR and lead attorney and others have just stepped up to, help, her in any way that she needed. And it's just the fact that, whether it's putting out, content or it's pushback against some of the nonsense that we keep seeing online and people that now want to disparage him. It's appreciated. She appreciates everybody that's done that. Whether you have a large following or not, those are just followers and push back against those content creators.
Man, we've had some guys. They got some guys. They might not have. They got less than 1,000 followers, and they said wonderful things about Kevin. And I mean, and here's look at this young lady, Esquire Entertainment, whatever, E Queen S. You got 52 people watching. Here's what she said: Dennis Sperling is having a pity party on live TV. This is how this young woman characterizes me, pointing out to her how insensitive she is to the family, how she's taken a big chance by putting this young woman's name out there, and by pointing out to you all that a lot of the things that are being said are like, ma'am, you got 52 people watching you.
Right.
And you've done is disparage this man's name and hurt his mother more. I get that. You're a district attorney. I get it. You used to putting Black people in jail, so you probably don't really care. You're in it for yourself. I get it, ma'am. But you want attention. Here you go. Now you're going to get attention. This is her page right here. It's called the Queen Esquire. I don't know what that means, but give her the attention that she wants. Go follow her page. Go subscribe to her page and tell her just how you feel about her content. That's what you should do. You see? Because a lot of people, and see, Jeff, you can tell them more than I, because you talk to Kevin on a regular basis, and you showed him, or you talked to him about how difficult it is. They say they want this attention. They want the attention, Jeff, until they don't. And what I'm telling you guys is the attention killed Kevin Samuels. That attention that people like the Queen Esquire says she wants, it killed Kevin Samuels. He worked himself to death. And if this is what you want, you go right on ahead, ma'am. But go ahead, Jeff. What else you got to say? I'm not going to hold you up all day, brother.
Oh, no, it's good. It's it's unfortunate. And for the people that feel a certain way about, what Kevin said, and a number of people, even celebrities now, that want to speak out, it's unfortunate that, inside our, inside black community, we have people that will take offense and take on and disparage someone from the community, more so, and it's been said, more so than somebody who was, a truthful, hurtful people. I mean, actually physically, and I mean, touch people, different things, but the emotional feeling they had, and it wasn't that he said it something directly to you. He said it to somebody else, but you took it on as your own, as though it was something to you. But I just want to ask you, stop and ask yourself, why did you take on that emotional feeling of what he said to somebody else? If somebody speaks to somebody else and it hurts you, you really need to stop and ask yourself, why is it hurting you? Why do you feel, an emotional attachment to what he said? And please don't get defensive to me. Just ask yourself that. And what happens is we've all done it, but when it happens, it actually speaks more to, I think what they were saying was speaking more to who I am and less to who they are.
Mm-hmm.
So to Kevin, what Kevin asked everybody in the community, get some help. And I don't mean like you are mentally hurt or like you're mentally deranged or you're crazy, but get some counseling.
Right.
Get some counseling, get past this hurt and grief. Kevin's gone.
He's gone.
So to sit around and try and make disparaging things about him now, today, tomorrow, next week, next month, Kevin's gone. I mean, if you're trying to grow your channel, this is the only way you can do it. Well, bless you, because honestly, what you said earlier, you don't have the capacity to create your own content. And that just tells you something about your ability, just like a lot of business starters, a lot of people in business. You just don't have the capacity to do this kind of work. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But if you can create your own content, go create it. Get a voice of your own. Kevin created his voice, create your voice. If you don't like what Kevin said, contradict what he said and prove it wrong with facts, figures, and speak to that. But don't speak to him and don't use his name as a way to build your own. Because he's gone now. And for those of us that knew him and loved him, and for the people that seeked help from him and got help and have found ways to improve their own lives, Kevin helped change people. So if you weren't changed, if you weren't one of those people, that's okay. Not everybody gets help from from everyone. But know that you can still take some of the information he said and use it for your own good. And I just that's those of a God-fearing people, if you are, find in your heart to find forgiveness of someone who you did not actually know, and keep it moving and find ways to improve your own world and your own life. But this man has passed, and nothing other than trying to build a name for yourself now is all that's there. And I think what you're doing is speaking to the fact that all it is, and I really do. I feel sorry for him. I just feel sorry for him.
I do too, man. I mean, and like you got this young woman, and this woman's a lawyer. And you're trouncing on a dead man, and you got this young girl's face up on here, this innocent girl's face up. You should know better. That's shameful. Yeah. You're a district attorney. You're supposed to protect the innocent, and this young woman has been receiving death threats, and you're a lawyer. The Bar Association will be the least of your worries, ma'am. And I'm gonna hold this young lady to a higher standard than I'll hold this roast channel guy. Because she should know better. She knows what happened when crazy people get crazy notions in their mind. They do crazy things. And you're part and parcel of that. There's a reason why you have never heard me say this young woman's name on the air, because I don't want to have any parts in that. You understand what I'm saying, man?
Right. Absolutely. For us to understand, or for content creators not to understand, you have a responsibility to the greater public to be cognizant and aware of what you post. And if you're posting someone's face and someone's name and their likeness online, and it's only for your benefit, it has nothing to do with helping you with anything to do with this young lady. She was truly unfortunately at a place and a time when, the passing of Kevin, and she was there, at his request.
Mm-hmm.
But and the thing that I'm going to put her name out here, her likeness for what? I mean, she didn't do anything other than be there to try and help him when he fell out, and she tried to give him CPR and resuscitate him. And you're going to sit here and put her up there, and the reasoning that you will try to give, and the people try to give, is, oh, we're doing it to tell the public. What good is it doing to put her name out there and her likeness? What's the public got to do with seeing her and then trying to harm her as if she did something nefarious? The woman has done nothing.
I just hope nothing happens to that young lady, because if so, you got a lot of people who are responsible, a lot of public figures who are responsible, including DJ Academics, this young lady, Queen Esquire, and a whole lot of others, you know, because you've drawn attention to this woman. And again, you got a district attorney. You're a former district attorney, ma'am. Do you want to have a career after YouTube? Because YouTube is not going to last forever. That's why you saw Kevin making steps to go brick and mortar. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just like,
Absolutely.
you know, MySpace, and now Facebook is fading away, and Instagram will be next. YouTube is going to fade away. It's not going to be as lucrative as it was. So what are you going to do after that? You know, you want to carry yourself in a way that, you know, you can still go back to being a lawyer, you know. And I don't know the young woman. You guys have sent me pages. She looks a beautiful girl, beautiful woman. You're educated, you passed the bar. Why reduce yourself to the level of trash, you know, by trashing a dead man? And at the end of the day, Kevin, like Jeff said, Kevin's dead. Kevin's not here. The person you're hurting the most is his mother, his elderly mom, who I've gotten a chance to know over the past couple of weeks. Wonderful woman, sweet woman, strong, beautiful woman. The type of woman that we hope, you know, that all of our women would be like when they got older. You see?
You know, it's what's so interesting. I saw somebody, I can remember, you know, his mom, right now, she doesn't go on social media. She doesn't get on her own social media account. She doesn't try to watch anything on YouTube just because of things like that. But, you know, what someone said something really interesting that they try to say, you know, you'd act like he was R. Kelly. And then who was it? I think it was maybe D.L. Hughley, and something he said, or something like, well, at least he made people feel good. Wait, so you're telling me a man that molested multiple, get this straight, black women, black girls, black young girls in Chicago, multiple girls in Chicago, multiple girls all over this nation. You're telling me because he made you feel good in a song, you can overlook that? But a man who told you, hey, I'm sorry, ladies, a man is not, if he's not dating you, maybe it's because you aren't maybe, you know, in shape. Maybe it's because you waited too long. I mean, he just told you some things, and he wasn't saying it as if he's the creator of that information. He's telling you what men were saying. So because he was the person telling you what other men and why you weren't getting a man, but because he didn't actually physically touch you, you have more vitriol for that man because he didn't make a song to make you dance. I don't see that as equal treatment. And it just points to the fact that if you think this man can have you dancing on the street for his death, and you aren't dancing on the street for a man who was a child molester, you got to look at yourself and say, what's wrong with me? That I hold that in a higher, as a higher, you know, insult and threat. Not an insult. It's actually it's just a feeling. You're telling me you're a feeling as opposed to these women who actually physically hurt and taken advantage of. You're telling me this is worse than him. As a collective, you got to ask yourself, but why? And then also ask yourself this: why are no women sitting up and pointing the finger at these women? It's only men who are calling the women out. Kevin's always said it. Women won't call women out. And just notice, there were women that vehemently supported Kevin.
There were a lot of women. All the women who support Kevin Samuels, put a W in the chat room. If you're a woman and you support Kevin Samuels, put a W in the chat room so these people can know that, so they'll know that it wasn't just men who are supporting Kevin Samuels. Go ahead and do that now. Go ahead and finish, Jeff.
Yeah, you know. Because of that, you know, you got to. If you don't have anything good to say, if you don't have anything good to say, don't say nothing at all. But don't sit there and say, oh, you know, his mother, and oh, by the way, but, and then, you know, there's all you're doing is negating everything you said beforehand as though you're giving yourself a pass because you said something nice at the beginning. Sorry. If you don't have anything to say nice, then don't say anything at all. If he hurt your feelings, he hurt your feelings. Right. He hurt my feelings. Trust me. He hurt my feelings many times.
Yeah.
Many, many times. We went round and round many nights I mean, yell sessions. But
man, the
at
thing
the end
is,
of the day,
man,
I had to respect what he said.
yeah, Kevin was a good man. He's a good man, and he meant well, and he lived his life. He taught us a lot, and he's gone. But see, he's gone now. And these
He's
people
gone.
are still trying to bash him. They're clout chasing. Queen Esquire and this Kevin Roast channel. You're clout chasing. This man has created 65 videos since Kevin Samuels passed away about Kevin Samuels consecutively, and yet has not made one video about this mass shooter up here in up in the Midwest to shot up all these people.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Right. Yes, and he recognizes he has nothing of value to say. And here's the deal: it's okay, young man. If it's okay, it's the only thing you can do is talk about Kevin Samuels for the hopes of you showing stuff on your channel. Because if you don't have a voice of your own, then you have to speak. You have to share someone else's voice.
Yeah.
And this is an example to you there that you just don't have what it takes to create your own channel and speak your own voice.
Right.
And that's okay. But I would ask you to do this. Try to give yourself your own voice. Kevin would have told you. Kevin will tell you, man, create your own channel. Speak to something you know about.
Yeah.
And here's the important thing. You don't know anything about Kevin. You don't know him. You didn't know him. All you could do is talk about what you've read and seen on the internet, which is just gossip. And that's not real news. That's not real knowledge. That's lazy. As Kevin said, that's lazy journalism.
It really is.
It's lazy. Really is. It's lazy journalism.
And see what they don't realize.
It speaks to your.
Oh, but go ahead, Jeff. I didn't mean to interrupt you, sir.
No. I was just saying this speaks to the lazy journalist. This speaks to his ability to create content, and you need to get better at it, man. Make your own content. You want to say something about Kevin? Research him and make your content. Don't try and make it off of some bogus, made-up story, something you heard or read on another news site. Go research your content. Watch his content and give good quality feedback on his content and point out where Kevin was wrong. We'll watch. We'll see what you got to say.
And Kevin, the thing is, man, is not. And again, like I said, Kevin's dead. I'm concerned about his mom and what his daughter sees when she Googles his name. All of these horrible things, all these lies. He was cremated. His ex-wife is in charge of his estate. What else? All these rumors. What other kind of crap they got out there? All this horrible stuff that these folks are saying, and like his daughter has to see that, and it's like, man, that's not cool. But
and like you said, I think you said earlier, it's so sad. It comes from one group of people.
Our people. Our own people. You got a brother in Africa who's from Houston talking bad about this black man. You got this woman who calls herself Queen Esquire talking bad about this black man. And now you're blocking people. Apparently she's blocking people. Well, you know what? This
crabs in a bucket.
This is the attention that you wanted. You got your attention, Queen Esquire, and you got attention now. Now you have more people watching. This is what you wanted. But see, the thing is, what comes along with this is exposure. And here you are making up stuff about this man. People are going to start digging into your past. Like, why do you look light-skinned on your thumbnail, and then when we look at you, you're a dark-skinned woman? What are you hiding? Do you have self-esteem issues or something like that? Is that what we're dealing with? Is that why you feel the need to lash out to a dead man and say these horrible things about him so that his black daughter and his black grandmother will feel hurt like you? Hurt people. I get it. But you needed a conversation. You needed a session with Kevin Samuels. But
she needs therapy.
Yeah,
Kevin would tell her.
Yeah,
he just ask her one thing: who's your therapist? You need to see them. If you don't have one, go see one. And that's not to be insulting. That is not to be said to say something hurtful or lash down at this young woman.
Right.
You need therapy. Everybody, Kevin always said it. Everybody in the community, you need therapy. That's okay. That's okay. Look, we've all had it. I've had therapy. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I've been to therapy.
Yeah.
It's needed in the community, and it is so needed.
Right. That's sad. So I don't want to hold up too long, man. I want to get out of here. I don't want to be here all night. I do an hour. I just wanted to make sure we got that announcement out for you. Those of you guys who didn't hear, for those of you guys who didn't hear earlier, Kevin Samuel's funeral will be this Saturday at his hometown and in Oklahoma, and so I'll definitely post it up, and I'll post a link up so you guys can look. The church has its own website. Y'all can check it out that way, and that's how we'll deal with it, and then we'll be able to hopefully move on. But look, see, back to the Queen Escort. Look, now you got 123 people over there. Now I sent you another 70 folks. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all give her the attention that she's asking for. Right. Yeah. Like somebody, I thought he was cremated. That's why we're here. You see what I mean? You guys are being fed these lies by people, these mistruths by these these struggle streamers. And so we got to come on and get it straightened out. But you got 123 viewers now, Queen. I'm helping you. You should give me some credit over there. Y'all go over there. I'm gonna cut this out. Y'all going over the Queen Escort here. I'll even put her page up for you. I'm here to help. You know what I mean? That's what my commercial said. I'm here to help you, miss. I want to see you winning. Okay. So you go ahead, find her. And beautiful woman, gorgeous woman. Y'all gone over there and give her some attention. That's her link in the chat room. I want her to get all the attention that she wants. The link is right there. Y'all go over there and give her y'all opinions on what you think. See, I don't run from the haters. I told y'all what I do. I run into them. Here you go. That's what you wanted. Give it to her. And either way, thank you so much, Jeff. All right, appreciate you. And then one more thing before I finish, Jeff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They want to know all of this man's business. They want to know what's going on behind closed doors. I'm not saying anything about what I did or didn't do for anybody. You understand what I'm saying? You see?
Right.
Because that's what real friends do. I'm not going to get up here and tell you anything about what's going on behind scenes, what I've done, what other people have done, but assume the best. Assume that if his mother needed me for something, if his daughter needed me for something, they didn't even have to ask. If you assume that if his mother needed Jeff for something, or his daughter needed Jeff for something, or any other family member, that they didn't have to ask. We were there. Now, I know a lot of you guys don't know what it's like, and women don't know what it's like to have a real friend. Okay? But if I call you my friend, and I have very few friends, but if I call you my friend, I'm your friend. Period. And I stand on my word. And that's what friendship is about. Me protecting my friend and trying to protect my friend's reputation and his legacy is because that's what I would expect from people who call themselves my friends. So Jeff did the same thing. Again, I hope you trolls and you struggle streamers take this message the right way. You needed to be corrected. You're out of bounds. You're talking about a dead black man who's from America. You're talking about a dead black man whose mother and daughter, whose young daughter was trying to graduate from college, had to see all that foolishness that y'all were putting out. I would expect this from some white supremacist racist, but I wouldn't expect it from a woman who says she's a black lawyer. And I wouldn't expect it from another black man, i.e. the Kevin Samuels Roast channel. I wouldn't expect that from you. You guys are the epitome of what is wrong with Black America. You are the crabs in the bucket. Queen Esquire, you're a crab in the bucket. You're trying to benefit off the carcass of my dead friend, and it's despicable. You above everyone else should know better. That's what I'm saying. You should know better as an attorney, as a representative, as a black woman. You should know better. You are making Kevin's words come true with your actions. And this other guy, the Kevin Samuels wrote, you could listen to him and look at him and figure out why he's angry. But either way, y'all gone over there to Queen Esquire and y'all talk to her. Maybe y'all can talk some sense into her, because at this point, she's headed in the wrong direction, in my opinion. either way, thank you, Jeff. Thank you, everybody. This is Uncle D. I love you guys. And as always, I'm out.